Today, we will dive into one of the most intriguing and fascinating topics in human history. What was the world like before the flood? Have you ever stopped to think about how people lived before this catastrophic event that changed the course of humanity? In this video, we will explore what the climate, geography, culture, technology, spirituality, and much more were like. Stay until the end because you will be surprised by the discoveries. Before we begin, please give a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any content like this. Share it with your friends so they can also join us on this journey. Let's go! The first point we need to understand is that the world before the flood was drastically different from what we know today. For example, people lived much longer. According to the Bible, the patriarchs had extremely long lives. Adam lived 930 years, Seth reached 912 years, and Methuselah, the oldest man in history, lived an incredible 969 years. Even Noah, the protagonist of the flood, lived 950 years. But why did people live so long? A popular explanation is that there was a layer of water vapor surrounding the planet, protecting it from solar radiation and maintaining an ideal climate. This layer would have ruptured during the flood, bringing torrential rains and transforming the Earth's environment. After that, the climate became harsher, solar radiation increased, and life expectancy drastically dropped. Another impressive aspect of the world before the flood was the interaction between the divine and the human. God communicated directly with figures such as Adam, Eve, Cain, Abel, Enoch, and Noah, giving guidance, promises, and warnings. Additionally, the Bible mentions the Nephilim, giant beings resulting from the union of the sons of God and the daughters of men. But who were these sons of God? Many interpretations suggest they were fallen angels who descended to earth and had relations with human women. The result was a hybrid race of giants known for their strength, stature, and evil. These Nephilim played a central role in the corruption of the world, provoking divine wrath. To understand the origin of these fallen angels, we need to go back before the creation of the world. The Bible tells us about Lucifer, the most beautiful and powerful angel that God created. But Lucifer was not satisfied with his position. He wanted to be like God. His rebellion led a third of the angels to join him. As punishment, God cast Lucifer and his followers out of heaven, and they became demons. This celestial rebellion marked the beginning of the spiritual battle between God's kingdom and Satan's. When God created earth and placed Adam and Eve on it, Satan saw this as an opportunity to take revenge on God. He deceived Eve using a serpent and introduced sin into humanity. Sin brought death, pain, and suffering into the world. A tragic example of this is the story of Cain and Abel. Abel offered the best of his flock to God, while Cain, a farmer, made an offering with less dedication. God accepted Abel's offering but rejected Cain's, causing jealousy and anger in Cain, who ended up killing his brother. God confronted Cain and punished him, but despite this, Cain's lineage prospered and contributed to civilization. For example, his descendants were pioneers in areas like music, agriculture, and metallurgy. However, they also perpetuated corruption and violence, distancing themselves from God. While Cain's descendants followed a path of evil, the lineage of Seth, Adam's third son, sought to live in obedience to God. Among them, Enoch stood out, as he walked so closely with God that he was taken without experiencing death. However, Enoch's goodness was an exception. Before the flood, the world was filled with violence and corruption. Human wickedness reached unbearable levels in God's eyes, and he decided to purify the earth with a flood. Noah, a righteous man amidst a corrupt generation, was chosen by God to save humanity and the animals. He was given the task of building a massive ark with precise measurements and innovative design, capable of holding around 40,000 animals and provisions. For 120 years, Noah worked on building the ark and preached about the coming judgment, but he was ridiculed by everyone. Finally, the day came when God commanded Noah to enter the ark with his family and the animals. When the flood began, the fountains of the great abyss were broken, and the windows of heaven opened. It rained for 40 days and 40 nights, covering the entire earth and exterminating everything with the breath of life. Only Noah, his family, and the animals on the ark survived. This catastrophic event not only transformed the geography of the earth, but also marked a new beginning for humanity. Noah's Ark is a powerful symbol of God's grace and mercy, and the story of the flood reminds us of the importance of seeking justice and living in obedience to Him. But what happened after the flood? When Noah and his family left the ark, they were tasked with repopulating the earth. They built an altar to thank God, and he made a covenant with humanity, promising never again to destroy the earth with a flood. The rainbow was given as a sign of this promise. However, even with this new beginning, sin did not disappear. The Tower of Babel is an example of this. Noah's descendants tried to build a tower that reached the sky, challenging God's authority. In response, he confused their languages and scattered them across the world. If we look at the story of the flood, we can learn valuable lessons about divine justice, the need for repentance, and the importance of trusting in God. After all, Noah was saved because he listened to and obeyed God, even when everyone around him doubted and mocked him. May this story inspire us to live more justly, honestly, and faithfully, always striving to do good and please God, regardless of the circumstances. So, what did you think of this incredible journey into the past? Leave your comment with your opinion and share this video with those who also love exploring the mysteries of history and spirituality. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating content like this. See you next time.